Okay, I know this video is weird as fuck, but hear me out for a second. Wizards with Guns is a sketch comedy channel that makes sketches and comedy. Isn't that what all sketch comedy channels do? Well, this one's different, since it has Pico de Gallo. However, you might be wondering, BKBuster Curb Buster, how do you make a video about these guys? You don't even know what Pico de Gallo is!
Do you not know what Pico de Gallo is?
Okay, I swear that's the last time I'm going to reference that in this video. However, this channel has been secretly building a world that no other sketch comedy channel has ever done before. Or I'm looking way too deep into it since I have nothing better to do with my time. However, here's how we're going to break this down, since I need some structure throughout this video. Firstly, we're going to cover these main playlists on the channel. Our first three vids, the Holy, I'm going to butcher this, so stay with me. The Holy Triumvirate, I hope I said that right, Mexico Brothers Inc., Hornio's Hole, the Magicus series, and G is for Jesus. Anything that isn't there is either a playlist with a compilation of videos, or just stuff I can't fit seamlessly into this stupid video idea. So let's stop messing around and begin with the first playlist. So, starting off with the first three videos being That's Life, Wrangling Sandy, and What Happens When You Don't Eat Your Carrots. Now, from what we know, there's not much to go off of, since all three of these videos were filmed indoors. However, we can assume that they take place at the beginning of time before the universe. The reason why I believe this is because in the second video in the playlist, it follows Sandy trying to build a device. Now, we can assume that the device she is trying to build was the beginning of the universe, and then it was birthed in the video, That's Life.
I'm having a baby!
What happens if you don't eat your carrots isn't really important, so we'll skip it. Now, let's move on to post-universe birth with...
Evil fucking wizard!
Now, after the birth of the universe with the Holy Triumvirate, we go to the Magius series, which you can guess takes place in a present with wizardly and fantasy elements. But there is one main character in the story, being the wizard Magius, as he does iconic wizard activities like have a gun, play D&D, kill Santa Claus, run for president of the United States, kill the physical representation of the YouTube algorithm, and accidentally summon Fuck, this is really hard to say. Why do so many of these have so many really hard names to say? Damn it! However, that's all that mainly needs to be said about Magius. He's just a wizard who is the warden of the Obsidian Gate, Crucible of the Void Star, and he has a gun! Next series up on the chopping block that happens a decent amount of time after the Magius series is Hornio's Magic Item Hole, or Hornio's Hole for short. What he does is he sells pretty mediocre to downright awful magical items. Now, there isn't much to cover here, since it's a parody of those home shopping network channels that used to air all the time. But I have a theory that all of these magical items and knickknacks are Magius's. Think about it. What other wizard would have such terrible and lackluster stuff? This is also helped with the fact that Magius's main spell revolves around his gun. I'll see myself out. Let's just get to the next series. Now, before I get to the last two sections, they both most likely take place around the same time as each other. So if you were taking down the secret timeline of events that you should have made before this video, you can flip these two between each other, or have them take place in the same spot on the timeline. Now let's stop messing around to get to my favorite series that Wizards with Guns has made. Do you have problems making videos? Do videos have problems making you? Do you get constantly annoyed at people asking if they can get a video on them, so you get tired of making a series that basically kickstarted your channel? Well, we have the deal for you! Mexico Brothers Inc. is a business run by two brothers, Bing Mexico and Mexico Mexico. They work as salesmen, working and selling a variety of things and twiddly-dinks, like sandcastle real estate, an actual bomb, people you can beat up so you can impress your wife and one of Daniel, and a giant microwave for cold people. Now, you might be wondering, BK, how did they get this much money? Well, I have an answer. In the first video featuring the Mexico brothers, they state that their insane wealth was inherited by their parents.
When our parents died in a sword fight, we inherited $45 million.
But they also spent it all on sand.
And we spent it all on sand!
So then how did they afford everything else? Witchcraft! They had to have gotten it somewhere, most likely from Hornio's Hole. so they can achieve more wealth. I think I need to go to the loony bin. I got one more thing to cover though, so let's just finish that up and I can go back to my cage. G is for Jesus follows, I'm going to butcher this so hard, but I've honestly butchered a lot of the names in this, so you know what, let's just ball. Reveneered. I don't care if that's wrong. Reveneered Ruby Ranch and Pastor Tyler's Diamond Hook, as they try to convert you to Christ. Now, to be honest, I don't have much to say about them, aside from the fact that they are subpar pastors. They're subpar pastors at best, and annoying at worst. So yeah, I could also go on a tangent and say how they got the title of church officials through wizardly means, and how they aren't qualified at all, but nah, that would be boring. Let's just get to the outro. So, here we are. Now that's all the important lore about the universe of Wizards with Guns. There's other videos and knickknacks, however, they don't really easily slip into the timeline I got here. So, thanks for watching this video. Obviously, do all that YouTuber stuff, like and subscribe. I don't really have a good outro. I'm actually speaking off rip. I have no script right now. So, bye!